it's me, Subject Guru, and for today's video, we'll be learning BODMAS and fractions. Now, you may be thinking from last video, well, where's the like fraction, unlike fraction, more examples? Well, in BODMAS, BODMAS is just basically all the fractions, like fraction, unlike fraction, improper, proper, mixed fractions, all of them combined into one single way of using fractions. Okay, now we'll be learning what is BODMAS and we'll be looking on how to do BODMAS in fractions. Okay, so but what is BODMAS? BODMAS is basically the abbreviation of BODMAS. B for bracket, O for off, D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and S for subtraction. Now you may think, okay, so yeah, I know BODMAS. Okay, so now what is it about it? Okay, the thing is, BODMAS, why it is also the way, it shows the way in which we must be doing the fractions equations. Let me explain. So for example, in an BODMAS question, there is lots of brackets in between a bracket, okay, inside a bracket. So in this it will show the way we should do it, the order on which we should um, you finish the question to get the right answer. So we have to first find the most innermost bracket and we have to finish the sums in it, okay. After which we have to do the off is basically multiplication, but it comes before multiplication and division. We have to do any sum which has off in it. After that we have to go for division, okay. Then we must go for multiplication sums, then after that addition, and lastly but not the least, subtraction. Okay, you may be thinking, whoa, my head is going all over the place. Yeah, I know, even my head was going all over the place when I first heard this type of like BODMAS. So, but I will show you how to do it. I will be doing natural numbers first. Fractions will come later. So yeah, so the first sum right here, which I've copied and pasted, is 2 by 2 in 2, which is within brackets 2, which is in the brackets 4 by 2 plus 2 of 4 plus 2 plus 2 minus 1. Now what is the first step we should do? We have to find the most innermost brackets, which are these as well as these, right? Because they're in brackets. Now it doesn't matter if division is there, if multiplication is there before it. We have to first finish the sums inside of the brackets. So it'll be like 2 by 2. We should not touch any of these numbers yet. Only we can touch them after we have finished with the innermost bracket. So 4 divided by 2 will equal as 2. Also a note worth noting is that bracket will also count as multiplication. Let me explain. I will show you in the later on in this sum, but first let us do the sum. 2 of can be also written as multiplication sign, right? And 4 plus 2 plus 2 minus 1 equals as 1 within brackets, end with a bracket. Now what do we do then? Okay, what else should we do next? Since we have done the brackets, we have to go. Since we have still not finished the brackets yet. So what do? We try to find the latest brackets, which are these. We have to open up these brackets. Okay, you can open up this bracket and this bracket later, but first let's focus on these brackets. Okay. So yeah, I was saying that brackets also count as multiplication notes. Yeah, the thing is, like for example, if there is a number here, Okay, and there is another number within this within a bracket. We can multiply this number and this number. But also the worth noting is, if there is a question in this number, we have to finish that question in between these brackets. But if the question cannot go any further, only then we multiply this number with this number. Okay, okay, good. So, but you may think, well, okay, never mind. So 2 into, so 2 into 2 will equal as 4. Then plus 2 plus 2 into 4, which is plus 8, plus 8 plus 2, then plus 1. Okay, now what do? We do the addition over here, right? So 4 plus 8 equals 12, and then 2 plus 1 equals 3, then 12 plus 3 equals 15. So 2 into bracket, within brackets, 15. Now the next part is we have to multiply 2 into 15, which is 30. The answer equals as 30. Wait, now if you find it a little bit confusing, I suggest that you go through that same sum again and again. Like rewind the video, pause it, try to get your bearing around, because BODMAS is not a pretty easy subject, but it's a very very important subject in the long run. You'll be using BODMAS in almost everything. BODMAS is almost like, it's like your bread and butter. Okay, you cannot live without it. Either way, let's move on. Now we know how to do BODMAS in using in natural numbers. But what we came here to do is how to do BODMAS in subtraction, in sorry, in fractions, right? Well, I just got that sum for you. Okay, so since if I try doing fractions, okay, fractions using the typo, using the keyboard, you won't be able to understand most of it. It'll look like a bunch of how to do. You will be very confused. So what I'm going to be doing is I will be using my pen. Okay, so I'm sorry if the color is not like, you won't be able, like, if the quality of the pen is bad, but I can't do anything. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, here is the sum. 1 by 2, okay, of, yes, this is how I write off, into 1 by 3 into 3 by 4. Right? This is our question. Okay. So now how are we going to do? Well, remember the first rule. What is off? We have to first do off. But also I have also told that off is also known as multiplication sign. So 1 by 3 into 3 by 4. So the question will inevitably become as this, the answer, the next step. Okay. So now what do we do? It's pretty easy. We cancel out these, right? And this is like, we can do cross cancelling. Okay. After, what will we get as the answer? Right? We have to multiply the numerators and we have to multiply the denominators. So the answer will become as 1 by 6. Take a time, take some time, get it all in, and we'll move on. Okay, let me just erase this. It's pretty fast since it is Microsoft Paint. Microsoft whiteboard. Okay, let's take another sum. Okay, 3, oh god, 3 by 7. Okay, into 5 by 9. Okay, into 4. You see, it's just an like it's like it's a combination of all the types of fractions into one. Okay, so 4 1 by 5. Okay, and also the best way of like you're using a BODMAS is best way of finishing question of like these type of questions is to use BODMAS, because it's the most easiest, most simplest, most effective, and the fastest way. If you try to find, if you want, you can find another way. I'm pretty sure it's possible, but I would say this is the most common and easiest way. Okay, so what do we do here? You think like we can just easily multiply and go, but no, 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 no. We don't do that. We first um, simplify the mixed fraction. We make it into an improper fraction. So 5 into 4 equals as 20. 20 plus 1 equals as 21. So 21 by, you guessed it, 5. Now what is this equal as? We can cancel 9 and 3 out. Becomes 1 and this becomes 3. We can cancel this 3, this 7 and 21 out. This becomes as 3. And we can cancel this 3 and 3 out, right? After which we can also cancel this 5 and this 5 out. So the answer will become 0. Mhm. Yes. The answer is 0. Sorry. The answer will become as 1. Why, you may ask? Because there is 1 here, 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 and there is 1 here. Nothing is 0 here. So the answer will become as 1. It cannot become as 2, it can't become as 3, because 1 into 1 equals as 1. Unless it is multiplied by another number which is greater than 1 or lesser than 1. I'm talking about integers and 0. Okay, if you guys were wondering. Let me just erase this. Okay, so let's take this rainbow pen. Why not? Okay, so next question is a full mixed fractions question. Okay, so 1 by 1 by 3. Okay, 1 by 3. Okay, which is multiplied by 1 2 by 7. This seems like a nice color. Of 1. Wait, this is off. Okay, 1 1 by 4. Oh, okay. Okay. Now, how do you do this sum? Well, it's easy. So you first simplify these mixed fractions, convert them into improper fractions. So 3 into 1 becomes 3. 3 plus 1 equals 4. So 4 by 3 into 1, 2, 1 into 7 becomes 7. 7 plus 2 equals as 9 by 7. Into, because of will also equal as into. So 1 into 4 becomes 4. 4 into 4 plus 1 equals as 5. 5 by 4. Now what do we do? Now we can just cancel this and this out. This will be 3 will become as 1. This will become as 3. 4 and 4 can be cancelled out as 1 and 1. Now what do we do? We multiply the numerators and we multiply the denominators. Duh. So 3 into 5 becomes as 15 by 7. Okay? So let's just erase this. Okay. Pretty good sum. Let's take this galaxy pen. Why not? Okay. Hmm. Okay. So I have another question for you. Okay. This involves both. This is fully mixed fraction as well as it involves division. We've been only using multiplication, right? This is full division. Meaning like both multiplication and division is required. Okay, let's put the galaxy pen into test. A 2 2 by 3. Not much, but okay. Into 3 1 by 2. Okay, 3 1 by 2. Oh god. Uh yeah, sorry about that. Which is divided by 2 4 by 9. And also some of the BODMAS sums will not always equal as b equal brackets. Okay, like I told you earlier, if there isn't any addition, multiplication, division, right, or the off, you can easily you should come from brackets to subtraction very fast. Okay, but you must finish the brackets. You must open all the brackets, only then you might do the other sums. Okay. Okay, anyway, next we take 3 into 2 becomes 6. 6 plus 2 becomes as 8, right? 8 by 3. Then 2 into 3 becomes 6, and 6 plus 1 becomes as 7 by 2. And then what does the division sides come? A 9 into 2 becomes 18. 18 plus 4. So 18 plus 2 equals 20. Then 20 plus 2 becomes 22. So 22 by 9. Now since I do not have some space, I will be clearing this part off. I hope you don't mind, and I've already copied the question. So we'll be continuing this. So it'll come like this. Okay. So now what can we do? So 8 by 3 into 7 by 2. What happens to this part? Let's see if you guys can remember. You guessed it. This division will become into multiplication and we'll be taking the reciprocal of 22 by 9. So multiplied by 9 by 22. Okay. Then what do we do? Oh, we just multiply. So we just try to cancel each other out. So 3 and 9. This. Oh God. This becomes as 3 and then 2 and 8. right, will become as 4 and 1. 1 and 1 here. And the question is okay. I just want to know whether my question was right or wrong. My conversion of improper fraction was right or wrong. Either way. So now there isn't any way of multi. We can try. We can do this 4 and 22. This becomes as 11 and this becomes as 2. So 2 into 7 becomes 14. Sorry, 2 into 6 becomes 2 into 3 becomes 6 and 6 into 7 becomes 42, right? So the answer will become as 42 by 11, which is improper fraction, so we convert them into a mixed fraction. So 11, so 3, because 3 into 11 becomes 33, and 3 because and 33, sorry, 42 divided minus 33 becomes as, you guessed it, 9. So the answer is 3, 9 by 11. On the other note, I think I was sticking towards the rainbow pen. Okay, so let's wait, I meant erase it. Oh, card. Okay. On that note, guys, we'll be ending this video. I know it's been like a very the sums were like a lot less sums, but the thing is that BODMAS is very easy. It's just a lot time consuming and needs a little bit of skill. So once you have mastered it, it's like a piece of cake. Not the cake which Marie Antoinette offered, but you know what? Leave the reference. Either way, I hope you guys liked the video. Please subscribe, enjoy, like, and share because it really helps the channel, and I mean it from my heart. And if there is any doubts or questions you have, put it them, slap them on the comments, and I will be sure to check them out and try to uh, try to get your doubts clear. Either way, bye.